Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos pinpoints your mornings on News 6. Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood now at 5 a.m.
Now on News 6 Mornings, a historic storm bringing record-breaking snowfall to parts of Florida.
Here in our area, many spots seeing rain. There's the potential in Marion County that sleet could also show up.
We're paying attention to local bridges and things like that have a potential to ice.
We have live team coverage to help you get results. Good morning on your Wednesday. It's 5 a.m. I'm Crystal Moyer.
Bridget Ellison, Trooper Steve is out in the roads in results one, so we'll check in with him in a moment. First, though, straight to Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos and the latest on this weather alert day.
Yes, weather alert morning, really, as we can continue to see just kind of a cold, dreary start to the morning as temperatures right now are feeling like the 30s, and then we've got rain on top of it. But it's not just all rain. Notice what's happening right now in parts of Marion County right now. It is highlighted in pink. And beyond that, we are starting to see a few pockets of white. That means at this point in time, I just looked at the Ocala airport. They have officially reported light snow / mist in the air. How much of that is actually making its way down to the ground is still yet to be decided, but there is reports that plenty of sleet that is falling right now from McIntosh through Reddick, Ocala down through Bellevue, and this kind of pink shading has been sitting there for a little bit. So we are going to continue to watch that as we head into the rest of the morning. So throughout the afternoon, we're going to continue to see a lot of these scattered showers continuing to kind of fizzle out. You can see some scattered showers all throughout Daytona Beach, down through Orlando, Altamont Springs, Rockledge. Again, it's just kind of that light misty rain. But because of that potential that we're currently seeing in Marion County right now, we have a winter weather advisory, and that remains in effect until 10 a.m. for Marion and up through St. John's as well. Now, actual temperatures out the door, we're in those low 40s, low 30s in our northern zone, so we certainly are near freezing. But when you factor in the wind right now, it feels like the 20s, feels like freezing in Seminole County. We'll have more details and how warm are we actually going to get. We'll have more on that coming up in a little bit. But let's take it to the roads, literally, with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic live in Results 1.
This is absolutely crazy right now because I've never in my life thought I'd be out on the roads here in Florida and my truck reading 38 degrees. So surprisingly, across Central Florida, we look really good. The big key thing is right now is the wet roadways. So I need you guys to be really careful as you're cruising out there, east and westbound, I-4 up to speed. I'm currently cruising towards the Marion County area. It's going to take me a little bit to get out there, but I-4 in downtown Orlando, not too bad this morning out here at the Anderson area. East and westbound lanes currently up to speed. Again, no crashes. Big thing is paying attention to a lot of that ice out there and, of course, the wet roadways. So please be careful as you're cruising around there. Even in the downtown area, 408 east and westbound, DOT cam looking pretty good this morning with no major issues out there. Even along 528 as you approach 436. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
Trooper Steve, thanks. Stay safe out there. As we've been telling you, Florida is getting hit right now with a history-making winter storm.
Snowfall records have been shattered in parts of the Panhandle. Here is a live look at I-10, where at one point a 65-mile stretch of the interstate was closed because of snow and ice. It's not over. News 6's Angie Casada has been monitoring overnight developments. This is a dangerous situation just north of us.
Yeah, as cool as the record-breaking snowfall is, there's still some hazardous conditions. This rare winter weather has shut down roads, closed schools, and left many people stunned. Now, Governor Ron DeSantis has declared a state of emergency and activated the National Guard. With freezing temperatures expected to continue, he's urging everyone in North Florida to stay safe and indoors if you can. Angie Casada getting results, News 6.
Thank you, Angie. And right now, Marion County is under a winter weather advisory as the area has the potential to see freezing rain and sleet, and that has officials taking precautions. Our team coverage continuing now with News 6's Mark Lehman live in Marion County right now. And how's it looking, Mark?
Well, it's definitely cold. I can tell you the entire drive up here to Marion County, we saw constant rain that is continuing right now. We're not quite seeing those sleet conditions or those slushy raindrops, but that's definitely a possibility. I got the News 6 pinpoint weather app pulled up right here. Right now it is 35 degrees where we're at, and that is only expected to drop below freezing over the next couple of hours. Black ice is a thin layer of ice that can form on the road and is especially dangerous because it's very difficult to see. And out here, as deputies are on the lookout for that, the latest update from them is that there are no bridge closures at this time, but things are being monitored. The main thing is that they are urging anyone out on the roads this morning to use extreme caution, as that winter weather advisory remains in effect for this area until 10 this morning. We're now reporting live in North Marion County. Mark Lehman, getting results, News 6.
Mark, thanks. Drivers need to heed those warnings. Florida's certainly not alone with this storm. A state of emergency is also in effect in nearly 40 counties in Alabama. The state of Mobile shattered its all-time snowfall record as of last night, with the snow making it nearly impossible to travel in some spots. Louisiana was also hit hard. New Orleans saw its first measurable snowfall since 2009. The city hired a company out of Indiana to help clear the streets, but warns some areas won't be plowed until tomorrow.
And the storm's forced the shutdown of several major airports in Florida. Jacksonville International closed last night, is expected to reopen around noon. It's the same situation for Tallahassee International. Pensacola International Airport also closed right now and hasn't said when it's reopening. Orlando International Airport is open. All those closures, though, of course, impacting flights everywhere. We just checked so far this morning. There are nearly 24 cancellations, with the number expected to build. And when the weather gets bad, make sure you have the News 6 weather app. It's free to download, and it allows you to see pinpoint conditions down to your zip code, as well as get alerted to any advisories or warnings. Search WKMG in your app store.
An investigation is underway in Brevard County to find whoever vandalized a historic African-American cemetery, spray painting a grave with derogatory words. The Hilltop Cemetery is just off US 1 and dates back to the Civil War. News 6's James Barbero spoke to a woman whose family is buried in the cemetery, who had a message for the person responsible.
So Helen, to whoever did this, what would your message be to them?
Turn yourself in and see a doctor, because you need some serious help. Anybody that would come up and mess with dead people, you got some screws loose.
The city says they're working to find the family who owns the spray-painted grave to get their permission to remove the graffiti. We reached out to Cocoa Police to see where the investigation stands, but they say they don't have any suspects. All right, let's get back over to Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos on this weather alert day. And Candace, you know, this is really something Florida hasn't seen in a while.
It's nothing that New York City has seen all winter. And why do I say New York City? Well, this is an interesting little tidbit that Jonathan Kegas kind of figured out last night. So Milton, Florida, just yesterday received 8.8 inches of snowfall. New York City, all season long, have only racked up 5.8 inches of snow. So right now, Milton, Florida has seen more snow this season than New York City. So it's just a wonky system. We're continuing to see plenty of rain across the area. But the other thing, besides the rain, a little bit of sleet that we've picked up within the last hour in Marion County, are these temperatures. Look at them. Right now, we're down to 35 degrees. It's impressive that temperatures have dropped this much with as much cloud cover that is overhead, because cloud cover, you know, acts like a blanket overnight. So temperatures are right now in the low 40s, but because we have such a strong breeze in place, we do have that wind chill factor down to 29 in Ocala. It feels like 33, even as far south as Kissimmee. So because of that, a cold weather advisory, also known as a wind chill advisory, it remains in effect until 10 a.m. So if the kids are having to head to the bus stop, they have to wait outside, just make sure that they are prepared. They have all their layers, but they also have the layers to help them protect from the rain, because it is a soggy morning and was a very soggy afternoon as well. We'll have more details on the timing of when everything will start to dry out and warm up, and when can we see the 70s. We'll have more on that in just a little bit. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He is live in Results 1 up there in Marion County.
Well, not just yet, Candace. Making my way there. Hopefully maybe link up with Mark somewhere so they can warm up a little bit. But we are cruising through Lake County right now, making our way up towards the northwest portions. So far, roadways are good, but I tell you right now, a lot of ponding out there. So please be careful, especially out in our construction zones. Right now, 408, nice and smooth. 528, also all clear this morning if you happen to be headed towards the airport. But like our crew's telling you, make sure you check in on your flights, because MCO might be good, but your destination might not be. Downtown Orlando still looking good along Orange Avenue, Holden Heights area. OBT running smooth. Guys, back to you.
All right, Trooper Steve, be safe. It's 5/11, one of President Trump's first acts after taking office, facing legal challenges.
Coming up, the nearly 24 states suing to stop the end of birthright citizenship in the U.S.
And a crime alert after a postal carrier is robbed while on the job. The reward now being offered to find those responsible.
This portion of the news is sponsored by AutoNation.
Do you feel like we got results for you?
Absolutely. I don't think this ever would have got resolved without you guys helping me.
It is a weather alert day across Central Florida. We're going to show you a live look of the radar where a wintry mix of rain and sleet is moving across the state. Right now, advisories are in place for most of the area. Candace's full pinpoint forecast is coming up in less than 3 minutes.
Today, marking President Trump's second full day in office, and if yesterday was an indication, it could be a busy one.
The president making a move to end all federal diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. In a memo obtained by CBS, the administration ordered all federal workers in the roles related to DEI programs to be placed on paid leave by the end of the day. The president has called the programs discriminatory. In another move, Mr. Trump announced billions in private sector investments in artificial intelligence. And meantime, tomorrow, a federal judge will hear one of multiple challenges to President Trump's executive action against birthright citizenship. As of now, more than 20 states have filed legal challenges to the order, calling it unconstitutional.
And that order impacts children of immigrants born in the U.S. and would end their recognition as American citizens. News 6 spoke with a local attorney who says the outcome could change the balance of power in the U.S.
This is more of saying the president is the one who will decide your future. The courts are irrelevant. The Constitution is irrelevant. Congress is irrelevant.
President Trump's arguing that children of non-citizens are not covered by the 14th Amendment, which guarantees citizenship to every baby born in the country. Experts say the issue is likely to set off a years-long legal battle that will likely end in the Supreme Court.
Well, this is not something we normally see here in the Sunshine State. Take a look. The Florida Highway Patrol posted this photo yesterday showing one of its trucks in Pensacola parked next to a Welcome to Florida sign. You can see the ground is just covered with snow. As we've been telling you, Pensacola shattered the state's record for snowfall that was set in 1895. Wow.
It's unbelievable, the amount of snow that we've been seeing, not here, but we've been seeing through Pensacola, Panama City Beach. You know, you have all the sand, and on top of the sand is all this snow. It just,
it's confusing.
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, record breaking. I mean, our record was 4 inches in Milton, Florida. Yesterday, just in one day, they received 8.8 inches of snowfall. It's insane, which is why, no surprise, it is officially a snow day for many counties, school counties up there. Locally here, sorry kids, we're gonna have to slush through the cold, dreary, windy, rainy morning. We did not get in any of the fun of the wintry weather, although you notice there was a quick highlight of pink here. Some of our radar sweeps picking up a little bit of sleet, freezing rain kind of mixed into Marion County. That has since kind of transitioned into mostly rain at this point in time, but there was a verified forecast there where we did get a few moments there of some sleet from I-75 as far west as about Denellen and into downtown Ocala. But again, everything else though in Central Florida is just good old-fashioned cold winter rain. And it's beneficial rain. A lot of this that is falling, it's just that slow, steady rain, which is certainly very beneficial, especially to kind of put a little bit of a dent into our drought concerns that have been getting increasingly worse over the last couple of weeks. So this is what you can expect throughout the rest of today. Into the afternoon, the rain is expected to clear out by about 8, 9 o'clock. The clouds will linger, though, as conditions are going to stay chilly. That's hence why the word "burr" is there. Temperatures are going to be staying in the upper 40s to low 50s. By the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, we are going to stay nice and cool in the 60s. More sunshine returns. And for those hoping for more of those 70s in the forecast, got you covered come Sunday and into next week. So here's kind of the wide view. Here goes that system. Everything will continue to slide towards the south and east. Plenty of sleet right now, still falling over parts just north and west of Jacksonville. Winter weather advisories, because of that concern for sleet, is still in effect in Marion County, although that threat is continuing to decline. Cold weather advisories still in effect, primarily because not of the type of precipitation, but because of how cold it actually feels outside. Right now, Actual temperatures are in those 30s and 40s inland, but because we got that breeze out of the north gusting up to almost 30 miles per hour, it feels like 29 in Ocala, feels like freezing in Sanford as well as Orlando. Throughout the next few hours, again, the rain is going to continue to push out of central Florida. The clouds will linger into the afternoon. Maybe a few spotty showers will be held throughout Thursday, but for the most part, the wet weather should come to an end in the next few hours. Now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for today.
Your weather forecast is sponsored by Fairwinds.
So 52, that is our high for this afternoon. So pack on the layers and then put a rain jacket overhead. Then all you got to do is take off the rain jacket into the afternoon. You will need the layers throughout the day, and then rain chance again continue to drop off down to about a 20%. Lows tonight, not as chilly as this morning, but still cold, 30s and 40s pretty much area wide. So again, today more of a weather alert morning. Conditions are going to improve. We'll see more sunshine by the end of the week, and finally, it looks like it's summertime though compared to what we've been dealing with come Sunday and Monday. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He is live in Results 1 on those wet roads.
On these wet roads is correct, guys. It is ugly out here. Currently coming up on Leesburg, headed up towards the Marion County area this morning. But when it comes to everywhere else, hey, we're looking okay when it comes to traffic incidents. Conditions, not so much. Insane. The shutdown still currently along I-10 up in the Panhandle simply because of the amount of snow. I'm going to try to get you guys some video here in the next hour or so of some interesting stuff with the Highway Patrol. I-4 in Seminole County at State Road 46A looking nice and smooth this morning, east and westbound. Listen, if you're hitting the road this morning, just make sure you're manually turning on your headlights, all that safety equipment. And the good news is all construction has been cleaned up this morning, so you're not going to run into any lane closures, but just understand the roadways will be pretty wet. 417 looking pretty good this morning, north and southbound. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Trooper Steve. The time is now 5:22. An out-of-this-world resort now open near the tourist district.
At the bottom of the hour, what guests can expect from Universal's Stella Nova.
But first, a possible breakthrough in the fight against dementia. How drugs already on the market could be used to slow memory loss.
No matter what's happening where you live, trust Sky 6 to get you the bigger picture. Exclusively sponsored by attorney Dan Newland. The new and improved News 6 app is here. We've updated everything and added new features to make it even better, like a more customizable home screen where you can log in and see the stories important to you at a glance. Stream News 6 and News 6 Plus live anywhere, anytime with picture-in-picture playback while you're using other apps on your phone. And now, the More For You section, which offers even more options for you to choose from. Download or update your app today. The new and improved News 6 app.
Well, new this morning, one of the biggest names on the internet could soon be the new owner of TikTok.
Yeah, Mr. Beast, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, is reportedly looking to buy the social media app as part of a group of investors. Mr. Beast appeared to make a joke about buying the platform earlier this month, but his attorney says he was actually serious about it. It's unclear how much he's willing to pay. TikTok needs to find a non-Chinese owner to buy it or face a permanent shutdown in the U.S.
Well, still to come on News 6 Morning's live team coverage of the winter weather continues.
Yes, the Sunshine State seeing record snowfall in the Panhandle and icy conditions to the north. Candace's full forecast is straight ahead.
As a state trooper patrolling these roads, I know why traffic is bad, and I know how to make your commute smoother. Let me get you through traffic on News 6 Mornings.
Exclusive deals, news, it's just a great way to know a little bit more beyond the newscast.
Live from ClickOrlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results.
Parts of Florida waking up to record-breaking snow. Yeah, you heard me right. It's shutting down a major interstate and leading to a warning from the governor.
When you are in these icy conditions, there's a lot that can go wrong.
In our area, getting rain and chilly temperatures. Team coverage to help you plan your day. Thanks for staying with us on this Wednesday. I'm Bridget Ellison.
And I'm Crystal Moyer. We want to get right over to Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos. And Candace, this was just as predicted when it comes to the dangers from the system that we're seeing.
Unbelievable, though, still. At the end of the day, you know, you look at the models, like, I mean, we could rack up, we talked about it, 4 to 8 inches of snowfall, and that verified to a T across the Panhandle. What's also verifying is that we have had reports of some sleet and freezing rain mixed in as far south as Marion County, hence why we do have that winter weather advisory still in effect. But that cold air is going to continue to rush in. We got some snow into Georgia and the Carolinas, sleet across North Florida, and good old-fashioned just cold, rainy, dreary rain for us here in Central Florida. Look at the snowfall reports. Milton, Florida, 8.8 inches. The record was 4 inches. All right, so just to put into perspective, we almost doubled our records. Pensacola had over 7.5 inches of snowfall. Destin, right along the coastline, almost 3 inches of snow. And Milton, Florida, by the way, with that record of 8 inches yesterday, it surpasses how much New York City has seen all winter long for snowfall. Just let that settle in. We'll have more details on how chilly it is, making sure you've got the layers all day long, coming up in just a little bit. But let's take it to those wet roads with Trooper Steve. He is live in Results 1. Steve, where are you at now?
Westbound 441 going over Dead River right now. And I tell you guys, it ain't snowing, but it is ugly outside right now. Roadways are very wet, and the wind about a mile back was kicking up pretty good to where I was like, is that snow? But it's definitely not, so don't worry about it. So right now, Mount Dora to Vary's looking pretty good as you're headed westbound, but I know you guys could hear the rain as well, so please be careful. Good thing is currently within our viewing area, no crashes, so let's take it nice and easy this morning. Guys, back to you.
Steve, you sound like you want it to snow so bad here in Central Florida. Just rain.
There is praying for it, yes.
Aw, Steve. All right, and while the roads are just wet here in Central Florida, parts of the state are waking up to that record-breaking snowfall.
Yeah, right now a 65-mile stretch of I-10 is closed in the Panhandle, and state officials are warning it will take some time to clean all of this up. News 6's Angie Casada is following the latest, and Angie, it's still coming down in many areas right now.
Oh, yeah, and it's going to be that way for a few hours. Now, right now, roads are closed, schools are closed, and many Florida residents are witnessing snow for the very first time.
Thank you, Angie. Closer to home, winter weather advisories in Marion County are causing leaders to take precautions. We have team coverage on the conditions. News 6's Mark Lehman is live near I-75. And how is the Sheriff's Office preparing, Mark?
Well, their main focus is on the roads and the possibility of ice forming on the surface. They've been monitoring the area and bridges, and all morning long we've been seeing light but constant rain. It's let up a little bit, but there's a possibility of sleet. Now, according to the News 6 Pinpoint Weather app, it is 35 degrees where we're at right now, but that temperature is expected to drop below freezing over the next couple of hours.
And Mark, about 40 million people across the South have been in the path of this storm, including Georgia, where some spots saw snowfall totals they haven't seen in 40 years. The bad weather impacting hundreds of flights for the airport in Atlanta as well. Parts of Texas saw record-breaking snow. The big worry now is ice as temperatures have plummeted. Houston's mayor is urging people to stay off their roads if at all possible.
And this winter storm isn't just affecting Florida's roads, but also the blood supply. One Blood is urging people who are able to get out and donate if they can safely. To find out how, visit oneblood.org. And don't forget to also download our free Pinpoint Weather app so you know the weather conditions when you're heading out. It's free to download. Just search WKMG in your app store. It's the last day to submit your feedback on the design for the permanent memorial of the Pulse nightclub shooting. A special advisory committee released these renderings last month. Right now, the design features a large welcome center, 49 columns to honor the victims, and a glass wall that reflects different colors, symbolizing unity and remembrance. As part of the current plan, the nightclub structure will be almost entirely torn down, except for one wall that will be preserved. A final design concept will be presented to an architecture firm next month.
Daytona Beach city leaders are set to vote on funding a new tool designed to spot weapons using artificial intelligence. It's called Zero Eyes. The AI technology is attached to cameras and picks up on firearms without a shot being fired. Several school districts in Central Florida already use it. Daytona Beach police are looking to distribute it throughout the city.
Even if we don't get there in time to prevent the shooting, if we get there in time to apprehend the suspect, I think it's a win still.
If approved, the chief says he'll narrow down exact locations for the technology. Tonight's meeting begins at 6. And Candace, we have been talking about this record-breaking weather. We are having so many different, historic milestones being made right now.
It's unbelievable. I mean, doubling the record in Milton, Florida, set back in the 50s. And locally here, although we are not enjoying a nice snow day like the rest of the Panhandle, we're at least getting some beneficial rain. This consistent rain is going to do wonders for our drought concerns. But right now, that light, misty rain, some pockets of some moderate rain will continue into the next few hours or so. We are going to start turning a corner by about 9-10 o'clock. So the rain gear will be needed as you're heading out the door this morning. Now, the good news is when it comes to that wintry mix, we're not seeing a lot of it right now in Marion County. We had about 30 minutes where we were highlighted in pink in Marion County, but that has since transitioned into just normal rain. Notice that the temperatures right now are still hovering just above freezing in our northern zones in the low 40s along I-4. These are our road temperatures. I never get to use this because, it's never this cold, but the road temperatures are still in our northern zones above freezing. So the concern of black ice and icing over roadways remains low. Bridges, though, they tend to freeze a little faster. So again, this is something we're going to continue to closely watch. But temperatures are going to stay cold tonight, and temperatures could dip even further. Later this week, we'll have the full breakdown coming up in just a little bit. But going from road temperatures to the actual roads, let's head over to Trooper Steve. He is live in Results 1.
My goodness, Candace, when you said that 35 in the Leesburg area for the road, I went straight over here to my car. It's 36 and I'm cruising through Leesburg right now. So traffic conditions are okay when it comes to incidents, but the conditions themselves probably not the best right now. So take it nice and easy. No crashes still, and we're looking pretty good. But of course, roadways are going to be real slick this morning. So nice and smooth this morning as you cruise through Fruitland Park and US 27, where I'm trying to get to the Villages. Good morning to you guys. Everything nice and clear this morning from Lady Lake northbound into the Villages. And I will toss it back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Steve. A way to experience the magic of Central Florida's theme park before it officially opens.
Coming up, how Universal Studios' newest resort is taking you out of this world. First, though, President Trump sweeps the slate clean for January 6th rioters. How this controversial move is impacting those previously charged in Central Florida.
Trooper Steve on Patrol is sponsored by Gibson Truck World. We are the king of trucks.
And we're keeping you updated on winter weather alert day across Central Florida. A cold rain coming down right now in many spots. Candace will be here in just minutes breaking down what you need to know in her full forecast.
In one of his first official acts on Inauguration Day, President Trump pardoned almost all the convicted Capitol rioters, and that includes many from here in Central Florida. Over 1,500 people were charged in connection with what happened back in 2021. Nathan Tuck, a former Apopka police officer, was facing around 14 months behind bars for his role after pleading guilty to felony and misdemeanor charges. He says he regrets nothing.
I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of January 6th. I have no remorse for it. I'm very proud of it.
3 Central Floridians were charged with some of the most serious crimes. Joseph Biggs, Kelly Meggs, and Kenneth Harrelson were all sentenced to several years behind bars. All 3 have now been released. And the rare snowstorm hitting the Gulf states brought unexpected joy to first responders in Houston. They took a break from their usual duties to enjoy a snowball fight. You see there, the sight of snow in the city turned into a playground for these heroes who, usually face high stress situations. So this is nice to see. They got to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah. Now, but it's fun when it's still soft. And you start making the snowballs after it gets a little crunchy. Those hurt.
Get a black eye, yeah. It's funny, Trooper Steve posted on his social some of the, I can't remember, troopers. The trooper canines, who were just making,
frolicking.
Dog angels, right, out there. But it's so funny to see Floridians enjoying the snow. It just brings a smile to your face. You see that up north, and you're like, oh, that's what they're used to. But Floridians enjoying it, there's just something extra special about that. All right, let's talk about your weather forecast. if you want to go play in our precipitation, I wouldn't recommend it. It's just cold and yuck out there. All right, for your Wednesday, the majority of the day, we will all be staying in the 40s, with the exception of southern Brevard County, but 52 in Orlando. That's the high, not the low. That's the high. Few spotty showers will linger into the day, but most of the action on the radar should be clearing by about 9, 10 o'clock this morning. But for those who are just hoping and praying for some warm Florida sunshine, you're going to have to wait. Sunday, that's going to be our next shot for actually getting back into those 70s with more sunshine in the way of that. As we look here at the radar, notice what's happening already in Marion County. You guys are done when it comes to the wintry precipitation, when it comes to the rain, the sleet, the freezing rain, all of that combined has now pushed off. Everything is now transitioned just into cold, wet morning conditions across areas of Flagler, Volusia, into Lake and Sumter County. Again, those off and on showers will remain, although there are little pockets here and there of some more moderate scattered showers, but it certainly has been beneficial. We've racked up about 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, so certainly good news there. I think this should be pretty much discontinued within the next hour or so. Winter weather advisory remains in effect until 10 a.m., but again, most of the precip has pretty much come to an end in Marion County. Cold weather advisory, this has nothing to do with what's falling. This is what it has to do with what it's feeling like outside. Most of Central Florida under this advisory until 10 a.m. as wind chill factors will be down into those 20s and 30s. The actual temperatures, right now we're in those 30s and 40s, still hovering just above that freezing point pretty much area-wide, but that breeze that's going to continue to usher in another blast of Arctic air is making it feel like the 20s, feeling near freezing up and down the I-4 corridor. Now, a couple more scattered showers can't be ruled out through about 8, 9 o'clock. We will see a few peaks of sunshine potentially later on this afternoon, but again, all that cloud cover will hold temperatures in the low 50s, and you can see we'll finally start to see more sunshine by Thursday. Now, let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for today.
Your forecast is sponsored by Publix.
All right, your highs again staying at about 52 degrees. Rain chances will taper off significantly after about the lunchtime hour, down to about a 20% shot for rain, with lows tonight still chilly, just not as cold and windy as it has been this morning. As we get results here, their full 7-day forecast, it looks like we could dip temperatures even colder Friday night into Saturday morning before the real warm-up begins. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
Look, guys, I'm a Floridian, so I don't know if snow makes that pitter-patter that you hear currently on my truck. And it's pouring right now out here. I am in the Leesburg area, getting ready to head north, but downtown Orlando looking pretty decent this morning. No major issues, but the map right here on Leesburg through Fruitland Park, I'm getting ready to head north in that direction. Nice and smooth, no major delays, but obviously the faster we're going today, if you're at the speed limit, you need to make sure you're paying attention. There is such thing as too fast for the conditions. Speed limits were made for the ideal conditions. So if it's nasty outside, let's go ahead and slow it down. The Villages, Lady Lake, up towards the Ocala area for now. You're looking pretty smooth. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks, Trooper Steve. The time is now 5:50. A way to help reduce the risk of dementia could be closer than we think.
Ahead at 6, common medicine doctors now say could help tackle the disease. First, though, parts of the state are digging out for record-breaking snow. Candace has been telling us about an update on who's seeing the worst of the weather next as we check our big stories.
Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos pinpoints your mornings on News 6. Trooper Steve on Patrol is sponsored by Gibson Truck World. We are the king of trucks. Get the scoop on every theme park with our In the Loop Theme Park Scoops newsletter. Sign up at clickorlando.com/newsletters.
5:54, let's check our big stories. Parts of North Florida digging out this morning after being hit with record-breaking storms. Right now, a large stretch of I-10 is closed. Officials are urging people there to stay off the roads.
Closer to home, the threat for Marion County to see some sleet from the system is dropping. Roads, though, they're still slick in many spots with cold rain coming down.
Today is the deadline to submit feedback on plans for a permanent memorial at Pulse Nightclub. A committee is hoping to get a final plan to Orlando city leaders in the next several weeks. President Trump's plans for his second term hitting a legal roadblock.
Still ahead, the proposal that's already led to a lawsuit from nearly 24 states.
And a historic local cemetery hit by vandalism, a crime that family members are calling disgusting, and what police are doing to try and track down a suspect. You're watching News 6 Mornings Getting Results, and we'll be right back.
My wife's been in and out of the hospital. This was really going to help out.
So when you need results,
I go to Channel 6.